happening, guys? No, I'm late with the reaction and stuff like that. But it is what it is. This is a grated ginger, a little bit of lemon juice, and honey. You're much better making these yourself at home than buying a flavored tea that's got those 3 ingredients in. But we're here because it was full time last night at the Brentford Community Stadium. Brentford won, Arsenal won. Yet again, another spineless performance, just as the going gets tough. Any 2-2 bit of toughness, we get the same outcome. Yeah? Everybody knew this was going to be a tough game. We all knew it. I still thought we'd win the game by a 1-0 scoreline. And, you know, Madueke scoring that brilliant header, I thought that it was going to play out like that. But we just seem to do what we've done. We've done this all season, yeah? Where we'll go a goal up or equalize, and then we'll apply 2-2 bit more pressure, and then we're back off. I don't know why we do it. Like, if you're in a boxing fight and you've just hit somebody with a cross, yeah, and they're stumbling, that's like not foaming it up. That's what we do. What I saw last night, yeah, is the example as to why fans like myself and others don't think we will get over the line, because we've seen that for years, yeah? But you'll get these Arteta-ins, the Arteta carousel riders, yeah, that will try and tell fans like me that, oh, well, mate, look what he's done for club, mate. He's took you from where you were before in a bad era to now.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
I get confused with fans that try and say that we were bantered before. It was we was in a banter era, as if to say we've come out of it. We're still in it. How have we come out of a banter era when the banter is we still don't win trophies, we bottle league titles, we bottle trophies? How have we come out of it? We're still in it. You know what I mean? And people will have the audacity, yeah, to say that Wenger's last 4 or 5 years was the worst Arsenal in their lifetime, the worst they've ever felt, yeah, when we were at least winning FA Cups in that time. What are we doing now? Which tells me that fans like that value putting pressure on over success. Yeah? What's going on right now, this is enough for them kind of fans. Yeah? Just still be up there. This is worse than finishing low in the table, winning the odd cup. Yeah? Because at least when you finish low in the table, you know that you ain't doing anything. Yeah? You know you're not going to win the league. Yeah? So all it is now is what cup you're going to win. But while we're in the position that we're in, we're top of the league right now. Oh, we're still 4 points. You're still 4 points clear, mate. All right. Didn't I hear that at 7 points? Did I not hear when we were 7 points clear? We're still 7 points clear. That's why I kept hearing. We was told that we need to calm down. You know what I mean? We're still 7 points clear. I pointed out all the suspicions of this football club, of these players, of this manager.
You don't find that suspicious?
The theme is still the same, yeah? When the going gets tough, he's going to be rash with his decisions, the manager, yeah? Eze played shit. I ain't disputing that. But he was quick to hoof him off at half-time, wasn't he? To bring on Odegaard, his favourite, yeah? To bring on Odegaard, rushing back from injury. This is what he does, yeah? Anybody that's been out injured, they're coming on in the second half of a game. If the player who plays in their place has a stinker in the first half, we've seen this over and over. This is what he does. Odegaard was then limping off the pitch at the end of the game. Yeah, might have felt something again. But I knew Odegaard coming back into his team. I knew that what to do. I knew what time it was. But that's what this manager's going to keep doing. Yeah. Best player last night I'd probably say it was Mosquera. You know what I mean? Mosquera, then Gabriel. I would say they were the best. Everyone else, not those up front who were in the box that could have took their chances, decided to make passes. Declan Rice, Martinelli decided to take another touch. Why? Yeah, Declan Rice was giving it big and talking about if you want to win league, mate, if you want to win stuff, you got to be. Well, where was that? Why were you trying to pass to Gyökeres when you could just fired it first time? You know what I mean? This season is 2023 season on steroids, and the only part of the steroids is the fact we're in the cup final. That's it. That's the only difference. Yeah, the title, yeah, that cup final is gonna define both Arsenal and Man City seasons. Yeah, because like I said, y'all ain't seen a cup final like this, where the top two are in a cup final. Yeah. That's going to decide if we win that cup. We've got a big chance of winning the league, yeah, because that's going to make City lose two bit of composure, losing a cup final to us. You know what I mean? Imagine that, City losing a cup final to us. You know what I mean? The whole world is on City's back. Oh, come on, City, please beat Arsenal, mate. You know what I mean? You know how much rival fans and everybody hates Arsenal as it is. And then you got rival fans virtual signaling about this Thomas Partey situation, like they care about the crime at hand. Talking shit. Yeah. So if Man City were to lose a cup final to Arsenal, they're going to have to deal with the fact that everybody's going to look at them and say, you let football down. Yeah. And us getting our hands on the trophy now should spur us on to go see out the rest of the season. But on the other hand, if we don't win that cup final, and Man City do, Man City will walk the league from there. Yeah, don't matter if they're still 4 points behind going into that final or 7. Yeah, if Man City win that cup final, they are walking the league. They are walking the rest of the league. That'll be all they need. Yeah, because let's put it this way: Man City they haven't been all out this season. Yeah. They're still going to drop more points going forward. Yeah. But if they need anything to get them, slap them back on track, it'll be winning that cup final, especially against Arsenal. And at the same time, that's what we need. Yeah. The pressure's on us. Arteta has to get over the line, blah, blah, blah. I honestly still think we'll win that cup final. Yeah. The odds are going to be against us from everybody in world football. Yeah, everybody in world football is going to be cheering on Man City. I do think we'll win that cup final, and there'll be more belief that we might win the league if we win that cup final. But judging from what I've seen from us, winning that cup final still might not be enough with how we are. Yeah, because we can have two bit of a good game here, and then when it comes to a tough game like this, we'll fold. This is what we do. I thought Ode played good. When he came on, he looked lively, looked all right, but then he went back to his old self. Bro, we get Arsenal bought jobs. What are we on YouTube going to do about it? It's all in the hands of the players, coaching team. All we can do is cut down on hysteria. Maybe do it in a better way. Well, football fans are gonna be football fans, and they're gonna voice their opinions online. You know what I mean? And these Arsenal players, they won't be watching my channel, but they'll be watching these bigger channels. They'll be aware of what people are saying. For years, fans like myself and others, yeah, online and offline, have been saying, this is what should happen. This is what shouldn't happen. And when the things that should happen doesn't happen, we fail. Every time. But then you get people trying to tell me that I'm wrong about Arteta. The only thing wrong I got about Arteta was him getting us to a cup final. Yeah. I pretty much didn't believe he'd get us to one. But I've always said, if he gets us to one, I do believe we do win whatever cup final we're in. Yeah. If he can get us there. But in terms of winning the league title, for the most part, I don't see how. I don't see how. Big up to Godfrey. Brentford scored 10 minutes after us. If Arteta would have made a few changes during that period, it would have calmed things down a little bit. If he had the players trying to pounce on the opportunity of the fact that we're a goal up, we know Brentford are going to open up, let's go kill them off with the second goal. But the players just decided, oh, well, let's sit back a little bit. Yesterday was clown sayings, what is Teta and his team right now? No desire to win the league. To be honest, last night it looked like Brentford was fighting for the league title. I ain't gonna lie. Last night looked like Brentford was the ones fighting for the league title.
I beg your pardon?
How are we allowing that? The second half, the start of the second half, Brentford couldn't touch us. First half, they were doing what they could. Yeah, they were applying the pressure and everything like that. They had the possession and everything like that. Second half, they I don't know, they decided to sit back. But then when we scored, they turned it up and they were getting in behind and everything like that. And yeah, they get the equalizer. Set piece FC. You know what I mean? We were called set piece FC so much, but I'm seeing other teams around us now scoring set pieces, and now we're conceding from them. You know what I mean? It's funny how it works now, isn't it? You know what I mean? When we were scoring set pieces, yeah, people were saying, oh, it's anti-football. You know what I mean? But when it happens to us now, everybody's glad. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. You know what I mean? You got Brentford fans, of all fans, talking about second again, ole, ole. Every single one of you would give your left tit / left nut to be in our position anyways. Our position is luxury to small teams like Brentford that have done fuck all in football. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? The bees. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brentford, you got your 2-2 bit of, you're playing all right this season and everything like that, despite the players you've lost. You know what I mean? But we all know what happens to bees once they sting you, don't we? So, yeah. This manager refuses to try Gyökeres and Jesus. We need a goal. He refuses to change formation. He refuses to try something new. He refuses to even play Martinelli in the middle. He don't want to entertain that. You know what I mean? He don't want to entertain that. The only way you'll see him throw the kitchen sink at anything is situations like Man United, when they quickly go in front after we've been in front. Then he panics. Yeah? And last night, he panicked. Yeah? So quick to take Eze off. I'm not saying Eze played good, because he didn't. He was invisible. But if that's Odegaard, he ain't getting hoofed off at half-time. That's one thing we do know. I'm not saying we're wrong here, mate. But what were the fans saying? Building the squad. They did it. Compete again. They're doing it. Respond after month. They did it. They're doing all asked. No, because all season, what we saw last night, all season, that's been coming. This is why fans were saying, despite us winning games, why are Arsenal fans still complaining? It's literally because of games like last night, because we knew that was coming. And the timing of it. We should have been about 9 plus, we probably should have been about 15 clear by now. But because of games like last night, yeah, we knew that was coming. That's the thing. We've built the squad. We're competing. We've been responding after losses. Yeah. But it's still not to a convincing level. It's still not. We're not convincing with anything. Yeah. We will stink it out home and away. I mean, couldn't even score against Liverpool. Look how many teams have had their way with Liverpool this season. Yeah? Couldn't even beat Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? Couldn't even beat Man United at home. If that's Liverpool last season, they win them games. AKA, look at last season when they went so far clear. That's the difference. I've been saying we're going to need to be points clear. Like, we need to be miles ahead like Liverpool have been the past 2 times they've won the league title. Yeah? I need that. I've been saying that all the time. I've been saying that. This team can't give me it. Yeah? Just as there's a chance, because if we'd have beaten Brentford last night, yeah, we'd have been back to 6 points clear, and then we've got Wolves next week, and we would have pulled 9. Now, all we can do is pull 7. Now we have to hope now that we do pull 7 clear, and then we keep winning our games to stay ahead of Man City, because now they'll have a game in hand. Yeah? So that cushion's slightly smaller now. So we're going to be asking for teams to do us a favour. Let's face it, we can say all we want about we shouldn't worry about Man City, whatever. We know what they're going to do and whatever. I've even been saying I ain't worried about Man City because blah, blah, blah. As long as we do what we do. But that performance last night, I find it funny these Brentford fans would die to be in a position where this is what I mean. You know what I mean? The bees. You know what I mean? Talk about second again, ole, ole. The fuck are they talking about? That getting Europe is a trophy for them. This is why nobody's our friend, people. Arsenal have no friends. Yeah? Everybody says it's because the fans are unbearable, mate. That's just how massive of a club Arsenal is. That people around the world, yeah, because this won't be just exclusive to here. There'll be people around the world as well, yeah, in other leagues, fans of teams in other leagues around the world that will feel the same way. Oh, it's the fans, mate. You know what I mean? That's how massive we are. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell me Arsenal ain't one of the biggest clubs in world football. They can't. Yeah? The fans make the club. Yeah? And if you got fans in a domestic league all twerking for Man City, that was meant to be anti-football, by the way. Man City were meant to be anti-football in terms of how they've gone about, you know, where they are now. They were nobody, got a sugar daddy, and now they are what they are now. Yeah? But everybody's twerking for that. Yeah? Got even Man United fans twerking for Man City just so Arsenal don't win the league. That's how much we mean to them. I understand Chelsea fans. I understand Spurs fans. Anybody else? You know what I mean? Big up to why not? I hadn't seen you in here for a while. We need a quality left winger. We could have got Semenyo. Work bold. This is what I mean. We built the squad. We did all this. We work bold. Because bold to me is, I'm going to sign what we don't need, but I'm going to sign them for the sake of signing them so that rivals don't sign them. That's bold. Do that. Yeah? Do that. Because we could have done with Semenyo. But then again, this manager probably would have ruined him anyway. Have you seen the Man City next fixtures? It's peak for us. Only Newcastle have the potential to cause a City upset. No, I've seen the fixtures. The only game I'm looking at is when they go to Leeds United. Leeds United might do something. That's the only game. That's the only team I can see doing anything against Man City. And that weekend we play Chelsea. So I don't expect anything from us. I don't expect anything from us against Chelsea. I've said I don't think we'll beat Chelsea at home. That's our next home fixture, actually. I don't think we'll beat Chelsea at home. I think it's going to be a draw. Wolves away. I'm less confident about that because we can say what we want about Wolves. We needed all goals to beat them at the Emirates. And then we've got Spurs away. I'm concerned about our next 3 games, really. Martinelli and even Trossard are not world class. They ain't. They give us good moments. But when you really need it, Martinelli last night taking extra touches. You pinged that first time. That's what you should be doing. But you decided to take an extra touch. Not good enough. You know what I mean? Zubimendi went back to default settings. Not good enough. You know what I mean? Madueke, although he scored a good goal, he offers nothing otherwise. You know what I mean? The players last night were useless. They were useless. You know, Rice out of the midfield, Rice was the best out of them all. Yeah. Interceptions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But for me, Mosquera, you know, and Mosquera, Gabriel, he made some important blocks as well. You know what I mean? Nkapie, not too bad from what I remember seeing when Calafuri came on, offered nothing. Timber was useless going forward. You know what I mean? Even in defense, he was struggling a little bit. Was that player that went past him? Was it Lewis Potter that went past him? You know what I mean? Brighton would also be a banana skin. Yeah, Brighton away. That ain't gonna be easy. Like you said, this manager is ruining our players and overplaying them. Yes, he's overplaying Rice for a start. Norgard can't get games. Yeah. So when people fans of Arteta, the Arteta fans, yeah, they're quick to deny that Saka's injury, Havertz's injury, and all them is because of the manager. Yeah, they'll deny it because it's easy for them to try and deny it now, even though fans like me and others have been saying that Saka, especially, has been getting overplayed. Yeah. Now we're saying that about Rice next season. Yeah. I'll be surprised if Rice isn't pulled up with an injury because of everything he's doing for us this season, and there's a World Cup coming up. But then fans will turn around and say it wasn't because of that; it was because we were playing it World Cup, man. That's what they're going to say next season. I've been saying you guys have heard me, yeah. You guys have seen me, yeah.
I've seen him do it.
I've said Norgard's our best six. Out and out number 6, Norgard's are the best we have. If Rice is not playing there, Norgard is our best 6. Yeah, he should be getting rotated in games. This manager's not doing it. Now, I can imagine Norgard will play on Sunday. I'm going to that game on Sunday as well. So I better see a performance. But I can imagine he'll play on Sunday. I can imagine he would. It'd be a shambles if he don't. Saka was ghosting, absolutely shocking, offered nothing. Forgot he came on. But yeah, he did nothing. This manager's ruined him. Like we knew he would. Certain games I felt like we'll need Ben White. I'd say last night, instead of bringing Calafuri on, he probably should have brought on Ben White. For, you know what I mean? He brought on Saka. He probably should have brought on Ben White as well. You know what I mean? But again, Timber, another player, is going to overplay. It's what he does. Yeah? This is why I tell people it's deeper than just the trophies of why I want this guy out. Yeah? Because even if he gets over the line doing all this, he'll get worse. Knowing I've done this and I've got us over the line. That's why I want him gone. You can't blame Arteta for every injury, man. I'm blaming him for the injuries to players that have been overplayed. Yeah? I don't have the photo anymore, do I? No, I don't. I had the photo of the quotes of everything the players were saying about how even when you're injured, Arteta will have you train twice and all that. You know what I mean? Even if you're injured, Arteta's still bringing you to the games. He's still going on the bus and blah blah blah. Yeah. Even if the players are feeling something, they're still getting put under it from this manager in the training. Yes, I'm blaming Arteta for him. Yeah. When you got players that didn't know what an injury was before they came here, they come here now. You got Havertz that can't run, that tore his hamstring last season, something like that. Last season, man tore up his hamstring. This guy can't run. How is somebody who can't run tearing a hamstring? How? You know what I mean? Players getting goofy injuries. Saliba playing against Liverpool. Arteta knew about his injury. Knew that something went right, but just thought I'd chance it. Then he had the audacity to turn around and say, well, we knew something was up, so that's why we took Saliba off. No, he went down. That's why he took him off. You know what I mean? Odegaard came back from injury and straight away he came on for the last 45 minutes. Straight away. It's what this manager does. Yeah. I said against Sunderland, I wouldn't have started Havertz, in all fairness. I'd have brought him on, but I wouldn't have started him because this manager was going to start starting Havertz in pretty much all our games. Yeah. Even though we need to manage his load, he was going to start him in all them games. You know what I mean? That's why Havertz didn't start this game because he was injured. I'm putting the injuries on this manager. Arteta complains about players' lack of rest, but continues to play certain players every time. That makes sense. He's clueless. He's absolutely clueless. You're in Timber exposed Teta. Yeah, these players exposed what this manager is putting them all through. Muscle injuries, you can 100% blame our dickhead. Yeah, like these goofy ass injuries that these players are getting. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts. Big up to you. But yeah, it's just this man, he's gonna keep doing the same thing. And I've been saying this, he's gonna keep doing it. The only thing we've got now, yeah. I'll say we've got FA Cup coming up. Just get through that, then but we've got that cup final, everything is on that cup final. Yeah. We need to keep a steady pace going into that cup final, and that cup final is basically who's going to win the league then. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Because there's no way, there's no way Jose Enrique would City be able to live it down losing a cup final to us. And there's no way Jose Enrique would we be able to live it down if we were to lose yet another cup final to Man City, just like 2018. And because you're gonna have world football be like, hey mate, oh, City beat them there. You know what I mean? Hold on. I had to push and play back on the pitch when injured. I've seen him do it. Yep. The Thomas Partey against Tottenham.
I've seen him do it.
But I can't blame Arteta for every injury. I can. You know what I mean? And the players have already come out and exposed the trainings are more intense than the matches themselves. That's what I mean. Why does the training need to be that bit more intense than the actual matches? You know what I mean? If you're sparring for boxing, not every sparring session needs to be a hardcore, try and knock each other out, not wearing head guards, wearing 10-ounce gloves. You know what I mean? The amount of injuries that you could get from stuff like that. Why does this manager think it'll be any different for football? I'm telling you, if he even gets another job, God help the players of that club because he's going to do the same to them. Muscles are due to fatigue and overworked. Ligaments, bones, and joints typically through impact. Yeah, these muscle ass injuries. Yeah, I've never heard so much muscle injuries our players are getting before this manager. You know what I mean? Suddenly a player's out because muscle injury. You know what I mean? Overworking him. Again, that's why I say, even if he gets over the line, I still want him gone. Yeah, because he'll only get worse. Imagine, he's doing what he's doing already. He's overworking these players. Yeah. Now imagine him getting his hands on the league title. Yeah. Do you think the overload he's doing on these players is going to loosen or get worse? Because I think it will get a lot worse. If he wins the league title doing this, and I'm not saying I don't want him to win the league title. I'm just saying, even if he does win it, I want him gone. Yeah, I still want him gone. Because it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. The overloading he's gonna do to these players. Getting over the line. Yeah? You think he's gonna retain anything? If he wins any trophy this season, do you think he's going to retain it? Or follow up with winning another trophy? But this is what fans, the toxic positives, and your Arsenal fluers and them, this is what fans like those don't understand when they're trying to call fans like me and others fake fans. The Arteta outers fake fans. They don't know anything about what I'm talking about. Because all they see is, Arsenal in a title race yet again, mate. So why would you want him gone, mate? You're so fucking naive. That's what they are. They're naive. But they'll have the audacity to turn around and try and talk some shit, talking about why you upset me? Enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, just y'all ought to be thankful you don't have a manager like ours, yeah, and you're not constantly finishing second. Because as it stands right now, we're on course for a 4P of second. Yeah, we might be 4 points clear top of league, mate. Yeah, but we were 7 points clear, mate. Calm down. Not so long ago. I mean, when it was 7 points, we were 7 points clear. Calm down. Yeah, it's now down to 4. I believe it was that was after we lost to Man United. Yeah. Newcastle will be a tough game. City will sort them out. Newcastle are shit. To your point as well, Berta also exposed Arteta by signing Eze and Gyökeres. They were always post-Arteta signings for actual manager, not theatre actress. Yeah, I mean, it's clear as day this manager doesn't really know how to use these players. That's why he keeps reverting to his favourites. You know what I mean? Eze can't have a bad game for 5 minutes. He's already been hoofed off, but we have to put Odegaard for at least 70 plus minutes of him playing horrible, and most of the time he sees 90 minutes. Otherwise, he'll get subbed off Captain Hook settings. Yeah, we've had to put up with that, and it's going to be the same thing over and over again. No way you are still Arteta out. Why would it be no way I'm still Arteta out? Why would I not be Arteta out? I want you to, I'm going to come back to your comment. Adika must be horribly deluded TikTok woman, narcissistic, and thinks his squad is the exception to the rules of injuries. He's naive. A manager that hasn't done this before, that's just naive, will do exactly what Arteta's doing in terms of managing these players. That game yesterday really pissed me off. Still am now. We'll never learn. Reason why I'm pissed is because it's making me doubt if we'll win the title this year. Failed attempts 2 times before. So I mean, it's thrown doubt into fans now. I mean, if you don't win the league, fair enough. But if you do, why do you want him gone? Because this manager is shocking with his player management. Yeah, he's ruining careers of players. Saka's ruined now. Havertz is ruined now. Yeah, he's going to ruin Declan Rice. Yeah, anytime a player is injured, they come back straight away. Odegaard will be back to be playing 90 minutes every single game. You know what I mean? Straight away. This is what he does. Timber, he's rarely going to get rest. Yeah, and now imagine a manager gets away with that with winning the league title. He'll get worse. Because now the overloading that these players are doing, these muscle injuries these players are getting, yeah, will be even worse. Knowing I just won you the league title, mate. So you'll have to push harder now so we can try and retain them. That's what he's going to do. It is not sustainable for the health of these players. Yeah, these group of players that we've got, because we've got good group of players. Yeah. And if we're going to achieve anything, we need these men at their freshest, at their best. This manager is taking it out of them. And then we're going to have that period of where, remember when Arsenal had so and so and so and so, they should have won something. You know, when we look at Spurs, when they had Bale, yeah, or when we look at Spurs with Dembele, Harry Kane, all the other players that they had. The Spurs team that got to the Champions League final in 2019, you look at that Spurs side and you think to yourself, how did that Spurs team not win anything? That period is past them now. Yeah? Liverpool had that period in 2014 when I had Suarez, Sturridge, Sterling. Them man were killing it. Didn't get over the line. That period's gone now. Yeah? You look at England. Yeah? Beckham, Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Owen, Rooney, all them man. Ferdinand, Terry. You know what I mean? Neville. Didn't win anything. Not Euros, not World Cup. That period's gone. Yeah? The Arsenal of the early 2000s. Yeah? Not a single European trophy. You would have thought they'd have got their hands on one of those, surely. You know what I mean? We're going to be that next period of where, we had Jesus, Gyökeres, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Rice, Zubimendi, Saliba, Gabriel. They should have won some of them. You know what I mean? And why should we have won something? Because we should have, the manager should have handled those players better. Yeah? In fact, I won't even say that. This club should never have hired this manager in the first place. Should never have brought this manager in. He should have gone Everton first. If he was gonna, before coming to a bigger club like us. I've been Arteta out even before he was challenging for the league. I was Arteta out before I came in. But then when he won that FA Cup, I gave him a chance. But then in 2022, I thought, nah, he ain't even giving us any cups, and he's still bottling top four. Nah, I was Arteta out from then. Yeah. I had a brief spell where I gave him a chance from 2020 when he won the FA Cup and 2022 season. Yeah. That's there's no going back from this. There's no going back from this. He'll get worse. Yeah. If he gets us over the line, I'll sing his praises. Yeah. If he wins the Champions League, he deserves a statue. Yeah. But wanting him as manager, like I said, if you're gonna give me the league and the Champions League, yeah, you know, that's never been done in our history. A league and a Champions League at the same time. We ain't even got a Champions League. Yeah. But I know he ain't capable of doing that because for what he's showing us, when the going gets tough, this is what we'll get. We're going to get Champions League nights just like last night. Yeah. And we're not going to know how to deal with it. Because this manager is not going to know how to deal with it. As it's done for the season, in my opinion, you only want to bench Odegaard when Kai's back. And I said all along, yeah, when we sent Wanyeri out on loan, I said we'll pay for that. Because Wanyeri went out on loan before Moreno got injured. So everything's going to be on Odegaard. This manager doesn't trust Eze. Wanyeri could have been an option, especially on that right hand side as well. I'm telling you, it's what he does. He does it every time, and this is what we're stuck with. This is what we're going to have to put up with. But we get fans of other football clubs that want to try and gaslight us. They want to try and say, "Oh, what are you crying for, mate? Just enjoy it, mate." You know what I mean? They know fuck all about this club. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? Telling you, Arteta got to go if we fail to win the league this year. I still Zubimendi and Rice need a rest. One of them will play on Sunday. You know what I mean? One of them will play. One title in 6 years, 1 billion spent. All that money spent. You know what I mean? Telling you, you have to win me multiple trophies to just justify this. But I know you ain't going to do that. Yeah? The best chance we've got of a trophy is that cup final because we're in the final. As good as Timber is, Saka and Odegaard and White work better together. Yeah, Ben White works better with Saka. Like I said last night, I'd have brought on Ben White instead of Calafiori, just for that overlap. Yeah, that Ben White does. You know what I mean? We were 1-0 up when Saka came on. That would have been a good chance to try and make it 2. We could have done with that. Although, in all fairness, defensively, White would have got cooked, in all fairness. Eze 67 million has been ruined. Gyökeres 97 goals in 103 games. Saka, Starboy, Odegaard, Raya, Saliba, White. Who else? So, I mean, the list goes on of players that this manager it would either ruin or has ruined. You know what I mean? And if he wins the league doing all this, yeah, he'll get worse. So if he wins the league, leave on a high. Yeah? Leave on a high. Let somebody else take over. Zubimendi, he's not a number 6 in my opinion. Yeah? He's better off being an 8 or a 10. Yeah? I'd rather play him in Odegaard's position and have Norgard in the 6 and then Rice and Zubimendi. I'd rather have that. Yeah? But Zubimendi he's not the guy that's going to protect the back 4. He is not that guy. He's just not. Especially in a tough game. Subbing off for 67 million, signing constantly. Who's really the problem? I think it's Arteta. Yeah, 1-2 bit of bad form from Eze and you're off. That's what his manager does. When we crashed out of Europa League semi-final to Villarreal, I was done with Teta. My patience was wearing thin. That 2021 season, my patience was wearing thin. But I gave him one more chance. I said to my cousin, I'll give him one more season. Yeah, but yeah. After the 2021-22 season, I was like, yeah, I'm done with him. Fuck him. We don't have winners, champions at previous clubs. At the club bar, Gyökeres and Havertz, who else? Raya brought from mid-table team, Mosquera, Valencia, many more, etc. The only winners that we have or signed was Rice, because he was a champion for the Conference League for West Ham. Havertz had recently won the Champions League with Chelsea, but he did lose a few cup finals with Chelsea, in all fairness, before then. Gyökeres, obviously, he won a double with Sporting last season. And that's about it, isn't it? Oh, well, Madueke won the conference with Chelsea before he came here. That's about it. Never wanted Arteta, wanted Ancelotti. Yeah, I was pissed when Ancelotti went Everton and we got Arteta. And now look at it. Look at it now. This club, I swear. He's a talent killer, he is. Yeah, that's why I didn't like Aubameyang. That's why I was so quick to get rid of him. You know what I mean? Even if we win the cup final, we don't win the Prem, you got to go. Yeah, he still has to go. That cup, winning that cup doesn't change how I feel about Arteta. I'll sing his praises for winning us a cup. Yeah? But I'm still Arteta out. Ran out of patience when he finished 8th second time. He then went underachieving every subsequent season, aside from the 22-23, when we bottled 8-point lead. It was an absolute shambles. Yeah. How this guy has failed us season after season, and you got fans still backing him. When I tell people I'm Arteta out, some people are surprised at me. You know why they're surprised? Because they assumed that if you're an Arsenal fan, that you're automatically going to be for Arteta because of what he's doing for us. So fans like me and others are under the radar. Yeah? Nobody looks at Arsenal fans and think, oh yeah, they're Arteta out. Yeah? The average person will think that we're Arteta in because of what he's doing for us. Yeah, and this is how a lot of people are missing the point. Yeah, this is how a lot. Like I said, it's bigger than trophies. It ain't just he ain't winning trophies. It's not that. It's deeper than that. That's the huge part of it. That's the main part of it is that. But it's deeper than that. Why do you just trust the process? But we're still 9 points clear, 6 points clear, 4 points clear, 1 point clear. Oh well, on to the next season. Arteta just needs more time. Well, you know, this is how it's going to be, yeah? Because it was 9 points, then it was 7 points, 6 points, 4 points. Then it's going to be, oh, we were still a point clear. Then it's going to be, well, we're only 2 points behind. And then it's going to be, well, we're only 5 points behind. Yeah. We'll probably win that cup. And then that cup will be everything Arteta Inns will use as to why, even if this manager fails again, yeah, they'll say, well, he won the EFL Cup. So why are you complaining? This is what you want. You at least want a trophies. That's what they'll say. I'm telling you now. I can see us winning the EFL Cup, yeah, still not winning the league, yeah, and the Arteta Inns, the Arteta fans will use the cup win and say, why are you Arteta out? You won the cup. We won the cup. Watch. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee, yeah, because I still think we'll win the cup. But that is going to be the main pedal thing. Because last season, it was, oh, we had injuries. The season before, City are too good. Pep needs to leave. Yeah? The season before that, nobody expected us to be in the title race. Yeah? Come end of the season, well, we won the cup. At least we won the cup. Well, we didn't win the league, but City were too good, but we won the cup. Watch. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. 4 points in front. It's okay. Come on, you Gunners. Them top Gunners. Yeah. Martin Keown comparing Odegaard to Liam Brady after the game. Odegaard being compared to anybody at this point is what are you doing? You could win the FA Cup on top of the Carabao Cup, so that's a go. Yeah, yes, to go. I mean, February 2023, Arsenal top of the league, drew 1-1 to Brentford. Yeah, I remember that. 12th February 2026, Arsenal top. Like I said, it's 2023 season 2.0. That's what this is. Just the only thing that makes this season better is that we're in a cup final. But I'm telling you right now, winning that cup is going to be everything these toxic positives need to justify keeping this manager. That cup, him winning that cup is going to keep him in this job for a lot longer. And the fans, his fangirls, yeah, are gonna be the main peddlers as to why Arteta's the one. Yeah. The same EFL Cup as him. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Multiple fans have said, I don't care about being out of the cup. I don't care about winning the League Cup. You know what I mean? A question that needs posing to Robbie, and if I see him on Sunday, yeah, I might have to ask him this question, yeah. If we win the cup in March, and then we finish third in the table, and Man United finish second, who had the better season? I guarantee you, Robbie and anybody around him will say we did because we won a trophy and they didn't. They'll start contextualizing the season. That's what they'll do. They'll start contextualizing the season. Oh, well, Man United got kicked out of all cups early, mate. Guarantee it. Yeah? They'll say we had the better season. Guarantee. They're backing because of hope and because he took over a mess, but there's no process. Javi Alonso proved his first season when he took up exactly. And then look what he did for him. Almost won him treble. While being invincible. You know what I mean? Following season wins league unbeaten. That's what I mean. What was it at Chelsea too? All I have to do is look at the fact that Arteta came in and won the FA Cup straight away. That's all the proof you need. It doesn't take time. Same EFL Cup they wanted scrapped. Yep. I reacted to that. I reacted to that at the time. I reacted to that.
I've seen him do it.
We will lose a Carabao Cup by playing it safe with Odegaard and Saka. Manager will somehow find a way to lose a cup final to City because mentality-wise. No, I think we'll win it, and that'll be the main thing peddled as to why it's justified keeping this manager, even if he doesn't get over the line for the league. Telling you. Slot first season won League Two, but top gunners say Klopp's team. You going to the FA? Yeah, I'm going to the game. When we lost to Man United, I wanted to cancel my ticket, but there was no refund. Couldn't get a refund. I was gonna not go, but yeah, I'm going. I'm going to the FA Cup game. I've never watched an FA Cup game before. I've been to obviously a Premier League game. I've been to a Europa League game when Ramsey scored that goal where he kind of flicked it, kind of like when he kind of like backheeled it, kind of thing. I was at that game. I've been to an EFL Cup game when we played West Ham in 2017-18 season, when we got to the final as well. Yeah, so I haven't done a Champions League game yet and an FA Cup game yet. So when I go to the game on Sunday, that'll be my first FA Cup game that I would have gone to. LG even saying if he wins the EFL Cup, he can stay. I bet he changes his narrative when Arteta. Nah, he doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. I've heard him say it. He said it all along. He said if he win me an EFL Cup, I'll be happy. He said that. But I don't believe if this manager wins the EFL Cup, and then if he fails in the league the same way he always been doing, I don't believe Lee Gunner's going to be able to stand by that. I personally don't believe him. I mean, it's surprising that he'd keep him for that. But yeah, for me, nah. What I'm saying is, if you know what you're doing as a coach, you win things, even if you're a rookie. On you to the league, Arteta over things and didn't know what he's doing. Why do you think he's keeping the system? That's what I mean. Di Matteo walked into Chelsea and won him the FA Cup and the Champions League. The FA Cup and the Champions League, you know. That still haunts me to this day. Every time I see rivals around us get a new manager, I always think, what if he does that? You know what I mean? Spurs are getting a new manager whose last 8 games has seen him draw 4 and lose 4, or draw 5 and lose 3, something like that. He's got a shit record, yeah? But they're still in the Champions League. Part of me is thinking, what if he's a manager that just walked in and wins the Champions League? Yeah? 2019, we lost the EFL. We lost the Europa League final to a manager who'd never won a trophy before. And he beat Unai Emery, who was a specialist in the Europa League final. You know what I mean? So man gets PTSD from all this. Arteta's a tactical coward. He's a coward overall. He change his tactics. I know the most change he will do is put Saka on the left or something, or Madueke on the left. That's what makes Pep great, because he changes his team and he's in bad form. Pep knows what he's doing way more than what this manager does. He only changed from 2023 season when we were playing good football but lost the league. He'd been scared. Yeah, because when we got slaughtered 4-1 by Man City, he got shook. You know what I mean? He got shook. He was like, "Nah, I don't want that anymore." You know what I mean? But I'm gonna leave it here anyway. I need to do a match preview for the Wigan game, but I think I'll do that behind closed doors. But yeah, another shambolic title charge, in all fairness. Might be 4 points clear, but you know, the theme is still the same, isn't it? You know what I mean? They'll play the Northern Derby Cup final. I know the manager might be awful, but you can't really rule anything out these days. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the stream here. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe, and if the hype button's there, hype the video up. And I'll see you guys for the match preview of Arsenal versus Wigan, which I personally think we're going to beat them convincingly. But you never know. It's us. You know what I mean? Well, big up to all of you in here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.